Dio Brando. Part 1 is here. And I am here definitely to go ahead and show off what this man can do. You guys know that Dio Part 1 was one of the most, that is right, one of the most looked forward to characters because he was one of the most OP characters in the original Flip. But here in this game, we had to know exactly what we were going to get with the revamp of Dio Brando. Now, notice that I call him Dio Brando and not Dio Part 3. Not because they're two different characters or anything like that. It's because that's their actual representation. In Part 1, he went by Dio Brando. And in Part 3, he just went by Dio mostly. And nobody really knew about his past self. And that's the difference in between them. Because in Part 1, people know who he is. Whereas Part 2, the whole mystery is to find him and figure out how to stop the curse from taking over. Part 3, I said Part 2. Now, here's my take on things. I think that Dio Part 1 is going to be better than Dio Part 3. That's just my personal opinion. And the reason why is because Dio Part 3 has two setups on the combos, whereas to this guy over here is going to be pretty much, you know when your button inputs and not as much timing. So he's an easier entry into the Dio brand. No pun intended. Let's see what happens. Let's get to it. Y'all already know what to do. 76% thumbs up ratio. I already know that I don't have to say it again and again. Hit the love. Show the love. Let's continue growing here on the channel. The best JoJo breakdown crew. Y'all already know. Holla at the boy. Because we need to get that ratio down. The lower it gets, the better it is. We need it at 30%. Everybody who comes through is loving the content. Hit the sub, hit the share, hit the follow. You know what to do. Y'all already know. And with that being said, Dio, take over the show. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. I like that. Okay, there's the kick. Yo, wow. There's the health regain, of course. And then here's the special. Oh man, this is crazy. Yo! Hey, yo! Hold on. That's crazy. That ultimate is nuts. Now, I like it, but wow. Dude, I'm just wondering. Hold on. I'll tell you guys exactly what I wonder. Okay, there's the kicks with the laser beam. But here is what I'm wondering right here. So let's watch this combo one more time real quick. And now we get into the breakdown. But as you guys can see, he does that high leg kick into this double leg kick. And then after the double leg kick, he does the vampire beam, right? And then here, there's the same leg kick. But from that leg kick, apparently, you can use another technique. What does this remind you of? Huh? I just broke him down the last time. This guy is going to be very different than what he used to be in All-Star Battle. And he is already reminding me very similarities to the newly dropped Jotaro Part 4 in regards to doing certain attacks and then being able to like change it, kind of like a Rekka. And that's FGC term for you having to put the input button to continue the combo or to change the pattern of the combo. So I'm assuming that Dio is going to have a Rekka where if you hit him with the kick, the next button, if you press as a medium or a heavy, he does a different pattern or he changes it up. I don't know. I'm just talking just to see what we get there. But this was insane. From the ground bounce into that hit, that was crazy. The knee, the ice cap knee, as you guys saw there. Let me rewind that. But if you know, this is already in the moveset or whatever. The biggest thing is going to be obviously the big distance that he gains here from using it. It's kind of like a counter attack. So when someone attacks and whiffs, you can use this to hit him up in the air. This, of course, is coming back from the original All-Star Battle, giving yourself some health after you do a punishing combo. It's a combo ender. It's been there for a while. And last but not least, here's his ultimate, which I honestly think is pretty freaking amazing, considering that what I have in my head right now is if you do this ultimate when the character is about to die, will he just turn into this? And this is what we're getting here? Or is that just the way the special is animated? Because it would be really freaking cool if the special was animated that if you defeat the character with the ultimate, he will freeze them and break them into a whole bunch of pieces. And then it just says retire. At that point, it'd be like, retire! As he's smiling on the camera. Now we're going to go ahead and take the original All-Star Battle Dio Brando and compare him to the All-Star Battle R Dio Brando techniques and see exactly what kind of mix-ups and differences we are getting in regards to not only animation styles but bounces and all the other techniques that he has here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this mix. Let's go. So the first move that we got here is Dio's grapple, the I'll suck you dry, meaning that he'll take your blood, so on and so forth. That is his first move, and the biggest thing about this one is that we already know that it was already comboable and grappleable and all that good stuff in the original JoJo's All-Star Battle R. Dio Brando is actually one of the few characters that, as far as I know so far, has been one-to-one on a lot of things. So this move in particular is still a combo ender. It's still good for what it's worth. It's still great to get back your health with it, obviously at the end of a long string of hits and whatnot, especially if you're fighting a Hamon user, because obviously Hamon users are coming back with the added double effect damage against vampires. So that's that. One-to-one on this one, still the same way, still very adaptable, but of course can be used in all aspects of the game at any point of your attack. Now moving on to the next move, which is the Kua into 5 or 6 broken ribs. Now the 5 or 6 broken rib combo is a Rekka. That is right. If you played the original All-Star Battle R, it is coming back as a Rekka the same way, but this is changing in the animation because when you do it in All-Star Battle R, as you guys see right over here, you can go ahead and immediately change the flow of what you want to do. So here's an example of what I'm saying. The Rekka that you guys see at the 5 or 6 broken ribs here, you can go ahead and go directly into a Wryyyyy, which is a downward slide. You can actually also do the palm strike upwards, which will also knock them up in the air. You can actually continue this and do the I'll suck you dry attack, and so many different ways to combo into that particular technique. You guys got to understand that Dio has been changed up to be, I can almost say this with a certainty, he feels very much close in tune to what a Fade Long character in a JoJo's All-Star Battle R would be. Move technique can be done off this Rekka right here, off this move set. You can go ahead and change it to the other move. You can go ahead and hit him upwards. You can go ahead and even actually do the backward kneecap, which is a new animation addition to Dio Brando, to his new arsenal. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and that is just giving you a glimpse of how Dio is going to be used, and he's going to be heavy on the combos. Now here we have to think you can beat the Great Dio or the icy uppercut from Dio. This is not a DP. So just making sure that you guys understand, using this technique, if somebody does an overhead, it will not impede them from hitting you with the overhead. That is not a DP. It is actually a move on itself, or you can use it part of the Rekka combo, going from the Kua into the 5-6 broken ribs into the upper hit technique. But the major difference is that if you have a timed assist, you can actually follow through with the 5-6 broken ribs into an assist and then go into this part of the Rekka and hit him upwards. And at that point, it wouldn't actually be a Rekka, it would just be the technique by itself. So the assist is going to come in very much in handy to give you an upper hand to be able to extend Dio's combo if you can manage to go ahead and land them the right way. Now, the next move that we got to go ahead and talk about here is the Wryyyyy. The Wryyyyy, of course, like I mentioned before, a lot of his techniques can be done immediately after doing the double kick or the heavy kick part of the original combo, and this is no different. So here we have a heavy kick, as you guys can see in All-Star Battle R, in All-Star Battle, but in All-Star Battle R, you can use the Wryyyyy technique in order to bounce characters off the ground. Particular technique can be used as another combo ender even after the character is particularly down on the floor. There are other setups in order to be able to do so, but the Wryyyyy over here had to be used in the original All-Star Battle as a consecutive Rekka after you used the original attack. Whereas in All-Star Battle R, you can use the Wryyyyy at any point in time of any additional input or a regular combo. That's the reason why I started mentioning all of the attributes that All-Star Battle has, because those still are transferring over to All-Star Battle R. Nonetheless, the fact that they gave it that you can do it at any point in input of the combination, that makes this particular move very deadly in an additional hit without actually having to go into the grapple to suck the person dry and whatnot. Personally, I like the flips and I like the changes that we're getting here. The changes aren't drastic, but being able to do what you can do the way it's happening here in the All-Star Battle R makes a world of difference and pushes the fact that they want you to be able to mix and match his combo a la large offensive scale. He's very similar to Jotaro Part 4, where he's a combo machine versus the other Dio, and that's no exception. But the difference is that he still has these kind of techniques like the kick, the vampire freezing kick, which in this iteration of All-Star Battle R, as you guys see here, he actually does a step back and then jumps in. It's a lunge to bait the whiff from a character. So if Jonathan Joestar, for example, does a heavy, the heavy definitely carries across the screen. But if I use Dio and time it, I could jump back and then jump in with the kick. My frames reset on top of that, which allows me to be able to go ahead and do a crouching low, crouching medium, crouching heavy, like I mentioned right at the beginning of the video. And this is not just part of one or two things. This is obviously still translated to how JoJo's All-Star Battle originally was. So you can use this technique and do the jump back and aim for the low or aim for the medium, and of course and still do the exact same thing in All-Star Battle. But the difference is that the animation in All-Star Battle R has completely changed, whereas in All-Star Battle you still had those options, but at the same time it's more on the timed basis over here. The little intricacy kind of nerfs this technique in a way, but in another way gives it that competitive edge that is needed to make this game not be casual and be more competitive, if it makes sense. So the next technique I want to mention here is you won't feel a thing, or the Space Ripper Stingy Eyes. This is a long name, so I'm just going to call it laser beams, period. That's it, laser beams. So the vampire laser beams here, or the laser beams, is a 1-to-1 same exact move. Difference is it can be used at the end of a lot of combinations in All-Star Battle R. You still have the distance that you get in All-Star Battle, like here, like it's being shown here, but you get the full availability of the move in All-Star Battle R by being able to use it the way it's being used here. Now, imagine you catching someone in All-Star Battle R like this, then hitting assist to be able to refresh, and then from the refresh go ahead and start a massive combo. This takes some decent damage, especially if you catch someone off guard from across the screen. And if you have a decent assist that works well with Dio Brando, a la across the screen kind of assist or something like that, there's plenty of them. You got to look at all 50 characters when they come out so you can know what exactly you're getting yourself into and what will go best with each character. But if there is an assist that could catch you across the screen like it's shown in All-Star Battle, and then you could do an assist, boy oh boy, Dio can definitely be broken. This, plus an assist across the screen and allowing you to catch up, that's going to be nuts. That's going to be nuts. But all in all, this is just showing you guys the difference of what All-Star Battle R is bringing with just the little things. You talk about assists, you talk about cancels, you talk about the animations. That's the objective of why this game is coming out. That is the objective as to why this game is being so hyped up. That is the objective as to why I am looking forward to being here day one and showing out with you guys with JoJo's All-Star Battle R, because those little things have been worked on for years. This hasn't been something that's they just turned around and said, hey, we're going to go ahead and do this. No, it's because so many of you guys decided to play JoJo's All-Star Battle and continue to play throughout the years, and the developers noticed and said, you know, this game deserves to be touched on a competitive level because there's enough characters that can be interesting enough to be competitive. And if it's done right, what is stopping it? What is stopping it from being one of the best video games out there in 2022? That's what I'm saying. So that's why I talk about this game day in, day out, and I sponsor the shit out of it. And yes, Dio Brando might have had some little nerfs here and little switches on the animation to make him a bit tighter on his moves, but all the recas that he's gotten from All-Star Battle are still there, intact, and added on top of that to make this character exceptional. For everyone who loves Dio, this is for you. I am telling you guys right now, this is for you. You guys are going to be blown out of this world. Better than Dio Part 3 in my opinion? I think so. By the way that this character looks, a lot of folks are going to be playing with Dio Brando. That's just my opinion. But I'm going to leave it at that. Holla at the boy. I got nothing else to say. Make sure you show the love by hitting the thumbs up, the like, the share, and continuing coming through here for the JoJo's All-Star Battle comparisons and everything else JoJo, because this is who we are, the JoJo crew, the DB gang. Holla at me, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.